In the search for the ultimate truck gun, we've gone over a number of different rifles. Pistol variants with braces, kind of cheated the system a little bit by not doing an SBR, just because paperwork and you guys out there get it. Today, we're gonna check out a different gun, an actual SBR. The SBR that I think is the actual winner, the CMMG MK4 Descent. This gun uses a recoil system on top where the buffer is not. This thing is. So we have a stock, an actual stock, because it's a short-barreled rifle, that we can fold. We can adjust this for length of pull. We can adjust the cheek piece on top. All the controls are where you guys know I love them, right where the AR-15 stuff is. So we've got mag release, bolt release, mag release. Charging handle's in a good spot too, up front, which is kind of nice. This gun, we're gonna take to the range. We're gonna beat it up. We're gonna see what it's about, see if it keeps up with the rest of them, see if it does potentially any better. Let's see what happens. Gotta get after that guy. Oh man. Oh yeah, sometimes you gotta give that tip a real good cleaning, you know? Make sure it's not dirty. Wipe all the junk off of it. We've got this thing mounted with a Q Cherry Bomb XL, so it'll accept this pork chop. I happen to have one laying around. My opinion, the 300 Blackout is designed to be run suppressed and subsonic. These are not subsonic loads. These are the Novix loads. They're 110 grain, 2,900 feet per second. Let's see how they run. We'll see how this video edits out too, but I'm really excited about this whole platform just because all the control features except for that one are in the right spot. We can adjust this stock for length of pull. Quite a bit of room for adjustment here. Get a little bit more into the camera. There we go. Even as lanky as I am, I think I should have swung for the trees. This is getting too long for me in the situation where I want it for this aspect of short-barreled rifle, close quarters, underneath a jacket, a vest, in that center console, the furred F-10,000 that I drive. This gun's got going on all the control features, the 45-degree throw safety, the bolt release, the mag, the mag release. Everything's in the right spot. The charging handle even being on the left side is really conducive for, I'm running the gun, I've got a manipulation that I need to do. I need a failure to clear. No forward assist, which some guys will nag about. My thought process on a forward assist is if you're there and you have an opportunity to get it out versus trying to jam that problem further home, let's get it out. Let's mortar the round, whatever we're going to do to fix it. Let's shoot this one, see how it does. Dan defense sights, Q pork chop can, CMG short barrel, MK4 Descent, foldable. Yeah. All supersonic. I'm hoping that this mic gives you an idea of the sound. First round's always a little louder because we got cold gas in the can. This is a cold gun. The next rounds will be a little bit quieter, not a lot. You want to talk about gassy though? These supers, like my nose, this is the only time in a video I've... The things are really, really gassy. It's fantastic to shoot though. The trigger resets right how you want it. See if the echo clears. Very, very audible click. Very tactile too. When you're running it, you can feel all the controls. It's just what an AR is supposed to be. Except better, because guess what? Shoots with it folded too. That's kind of nice in case the mall people get too close when you're there. All right. The gun's been accepted. There's nothing on there for sights. We're not shooting at a tremendous distance. I don't expect this to be a terribly accurate gun as far as like, I'm not doing PRS competitions with a 6.5-inch barrel. The gun's been great. A couple more left there. We'll bring those up in a minute. Recoil impulse, to be totally honest, is a little bit more than I expected. I don't know if that's the UGG boot stock or just a little bit different in the lack of buffer weight. or the difference in the spring system, I can tell you that if we grabbed a 300 Blackout in a standard non-foldable buffer tube style AR gun, that it wouldn't have the same sharpness of recoil, but this gun shoots and handles amazingly well. Later in the video, we'll go over some different types of ammo. This thing spits it all out. Supers, subs, different brands. Doesn't seem to care. Same test I do on all of them. I don't grab a gun and then go, oh, well, let's clean it. Let's be nice to it. No, I'm like, throw that thing in the mud. Let's beat it up. Let's actually see what real world abuse looks like. Because there's a lot of people that don't know gun maintenance and do beat their guns up. This is going to be great for those people at home who haven't experienced subsonics versus supersonics. I've loaded the mag with 4 Hornady 208 AMAX bullets and then 4 of the Novex. They're really light. They're screaming fast, centered round. They're under 100 grain, if I remember right. And then I've got 4 of the Winchesters. Just kind of do it right in a row. See how they sound. This thing should be, if I get my angle right here, kind of right into the camera, so you should see what's, should get a good feel for it. Also, on note, the first round through a suppressor is always going to be the loudest one when they're cold. This one's hot, so it shouldn't really be a thing. Here we go. Sub-sub. Sub-sub. Notice the ejection pattern? All the way. All the way gassed. For a suppressed gun, though, that's not too bad. Here's going to be a supersonic. This is going to be the Novex round. You can see the sparks coming out the muzzle. Louder, quicker. Recoil feels sharper. More gas. 4. Lots of gas. Can's super hot. I'm not going to touch it. Not as hot as like a 308 or any bigger caliber will be because of the amount of powder that we're burning, but it's still going to be pretty hot. Smoky. Let's get these Winchesters out of here. Let's see if they go out. I'm going to be really happy if it cycles all of them. Gun work just perfect. Let me go over some features with you in a little different setting so I can kind of point, see, and touch and feel and do. Run the camera by myself this time, so it's going to be weird. The CMMG MK4 Descent. This one's the 6.5-inch SBR. It does have their foldable brace on it. Great control features. The magazine release, the paddles for the bullet release, wonderfully large. We've changed out the factory muzzle brake. They send a real short brake with it that's a great effective brake for doing what it's supposed to do. However, we had that wonderful pork chop can from Q laying around, so we put this XL brake on there for the pork chop. So we ran it in the video with that suppressor on the gun. We've set up a pair of Daniel Defense fixed iron sights on here just to keep it simple, kind of thinking that with the idea of this gun being realistically the outside we're going to do is 300 yards with this. These sights are going to be great. For the most part, 200 and in. I think if you have 100 yards zero, you're around 40 inches of drop running. Most ammo, like subsonic ammo, it falls off like crazy fast. This comes with their zeroed triggers, so they get a little bit nicer trigger blade to it. The grip's not my favorite grip, but it's not bad. It's not a crime against humanity. The most notable feature, though, it's this foldability. With the operating system being on top of this gun, instead of being buffer dependent and having to have a spring and a receiver extension out back, it's all up front. So all of our springs and everything kind of handled inside of that receiver. Makes it to where we can fold this gun and get way shorter than most. This stock, and it is a stock on this one, not a brace, this stock is fully adjustable. You can adjust the cheek piece up and down, you can adjust the length of pull in and out. Let me flip this over, we'll take a look at the other side. So here's the other side. You can see all the features we were talking about. The gun does ship with a hand stop on it, which is nice. I think any SBR, any platform like this, it's got a real short barrel. It's going to be nice to have that hand stop just because we're apt to put that support hand. For me, as a primary right-handed shooter, I'm going to try to get my left hand way forward. That gives me a little stop. So I'm not on a hot suppressor. I'm not getting in a break, not having any possibilities for, whoops, there go my fingers. We don't need that in my life. M-lock rail up front. So if you've got stuff you want to add, light, laser designator, whatever you got, you hang get your zinc on there if you want to. It'll take it. Daniel Defense sights again. I know we kind of keep going over the same stuff. Standard magwell. I mean, this is pretty well a standard AR-15 lower for the most part. When I say standard AR-15 lower, it's really not a lot different here. Most of it's handled in the upper, with the recoil system being solely contained in the upper. So we don't need that receiver extension back here. You can see the mechanism. I've cranked the cheek rest all the way up, lengthened the length of pull to the full allowable limit. Yeah, and here's the other control. So your mag release has got a very, very large oversized button. Safety on this gun is run as a 45-degree safety, which is nice. It's quick. Personally, I'm going to say I like 90 better. Just so used to it. Gets it totally out of the way. 45 doesn't really get in the way. It's just I'm not quite there, not 100% sold. So there you go, guys. The quick rundown on the CMMG Descent SBR 300 Blackout 6.5 inch. Let's take this thing to the range. Let's beat it up. Let's shoot it. Let's see how it does. Try a bunch of different ammos in it. Find out if it sucks. The CMMG Descent Mark IV 300 Blackout short barrel rifle, 6.5 inch barrel on this guy. Put a QXL cherry bomb on there to accompany the pork chop that we've got on. This isn't the short chop. This is the full pork chop. Gun is everything that it should be. Before I get to shooting experience on this gun, I want to point out, like, I put regular iron sights on here just for the simplicity of it. We're not going to go into whether I should run a low power variable or done a red dot of some type, or combination of red dot and magnifier, etched glass, regular glass, solar powered, anything you could think of. The bigger thing with this is trying to figure out to really put quantifiable things that we need, that this truck gun that this video series that I've kind of done has been all about. What does a truck gun need to do? Does 9mm cover the caliber that I need? Does 5.56 do it? Mag interchangeability, like what exactly type of things are we looking for? So that's the reason this firearm was put together the way it was. Now, in some of the preceding videos, with the Daniel Defense particularly, I did not put a law folder on that gun. It would have made it a short barreled rifle. This one was purchased as a short barrel rifle for this exact job. The ability to fold and still have AR controls because of the operating system on this guy, because it's all contained within the upper, makes it so much handier. We can get that thing in my center console, in most center consoles. Makes it really, really nice. So shooting experience is a little bit different because of that, though. With that, the shooting experience for what I expect, the gun is highly accurate with the irons. I'm only working with about a 30-yard range if I cheat the system a little bit. All the controls are where I want them. It handles well. This is pretty typical. I get it. It's very, very typical. The gun needed to be cleaned, needed to be lubed right away. 208s don't work. Controls are where I want them. Sights are where I want them. Adjustable cheek pieces how I want it. This gun does everything I need it to do. Delivers a little bit more payload than 9mm. Ammo isn't as accessible. It's super accessible. And if you're at home, you're like, go to the internet, find ammo. Yeah, of course you can get ammo for 300 Blackout. It's been out for a long time. 300 221 has been out for a long time. It's nothing new. But if you go to a regular store, there's probably 15 types of 9mm that are cheap, range ready stuff. There's probably 2 for this, and that's not what you want, because you're going to want the supers like 110 grain or the very much subsonic loads. And those getting range rounds of those is going to be the challenging part. Okay, back to the shooting experience. The shooting experience is really good. The recoiling pulse is right back. Controls are where I want them. Everything there does exceptionally well. I can't really take away from this gun in its current configuration. Great, yeah, everything about it is just, it's CMMG, bring up job, good job, guys. Like, I would clap, but I'm not a big clapper. Optic ready, of course, man. Look at that huge rail section we've got on that gun. It's huge. In the optic you want. There's nothing besides not being optic included that I can knock this gun for. It is, however, not optic included, and that's one of the key features that we've had on at least the handgun side of the world of, does it have optics ready to go? This gun does not ship with sights. It doesn't ship with an optic. You're bare, which I think is the way to do it myself. But in essence of fairness, I have to give it a 4 there because it did not ship with an optic. Adjustable grip, no. It doesn't have anything going on there. It's a standard AR-15 grip, which is good. There's no adjustable panels, palm swell grips, finger grooves, none of that jazz. The grip itself isn't awful, but it's not fabulous either. That being said, I want to put it right in the middle of the pack. You can't replace it. It is an AR grip. It's not disgusting. Yeah. I can't put it in the center of the pack. It has no adjustment. Pardon me. Yeah, adjustable grip. Like 2. There we go. Extras, absolutely. It's an AR-15. However, some of it's proprietary, like that front rail is going to be proprietary. The back end's kind of proprietary, but I don't feel like it needs any. Being as it does take primarily, like if you wanted to change trigger, hey, that's doable. Can we change buffer weights? Well, not really. There is no buffer. We can change grips. We can add a can. Not a lot we can do with that stock because it already comes with one. So it really doesn't even score well for extras. I mean, kind of a meh. Yeah, it's in a pretty good situation though. CMG does a great job of aftermarket support for their stuff, and I know that's not aftermarket, but supporting their stuff. I think that's pretty in line with where I ought to be. Even though there's not a lot out there for it that I can call out other than a trigger, I'm sure there's a stock. We put a can on it. You can do lots of optics. Of course, all this stuff adds up. This gun doesn't need a lot though, because CMG does send it with a great trigger right out of the gate. Carry score, this gun does great. It folds up to a super short length without the suppressor on it. Really considered trying to do a trilug and just run subs through this gun, but I've heard some stories about trilugs failing because the extra pressure, the extra just push behind it. And my thought is like I would try it. I would find out someday with supers and shoot my can down range. So we went to the cherry bomb mount. Like I have this Q can, the bullets go through it, which is a big plus in a can. Didn't even have to like find out the hard way. So it does make it longer, but it is under 21 inches from front to back with a factory brake. It is great. Fits right where I need it to. And that's a me thing. Fits right where I need it to. I don't think we're going to get a gun that does this caliber and is as effective as this is in a short platform. I'm going to give that a very, very high carry score. One thing I didn't check on is how does, yeah, we've got sling mounts on here. Nothing real special that way. I kind of expect sling mounts on there. But anyway, I still give it a super high carry score because we can fold it up into nothing. Does have sling mounts, does have M-lock up front, so we can get any amount of sling stuff up there that we need to rail on top. So if you want to do a rail mounted QD or however you want your sling, I'm guessing that you can get it figured out on this gun. This one's tricky. Does it fill a need? There won't be so much shadow. I think it does fill a need, but does it fill a need big enough to say, oh man, we didn't have that covered before? There's been a lot of companies that have attempted to do that forward recoil system like this gun has done and done it well. This gun did it the best out of all of them, in my opinion. Getting a caliber that's a little bit more than a 9mm, so if I've got sub work that I need to do downrange, I'm very comfortable with taking a 300 blackout with supers to 300 yards. I'm very confident and comfortable taking a 300 blackout with subs to 200 yards in this configuration. I think beyond that, it's kind of a crapshoot depending on ammo and what we've got. It filled the need for me. It definitely filled it. I think it fills the need for about everybody. it wasn't a dire need. It wasn't something that necessarily the MP5 doesn't cover already, but it does fill a need of newer design, more efficiency. Screw you, Cat. Yeah, it does a lot of things that we need to do. And we can buy regular civilian people. We don't have to have a machine gun license for it. We don't have to do any craziness for the government. We don't have to do weird things at a truck stop to get it. Does it suck? Absolutely not. This gun was great. I'm going to continue to shoot it. This is, again, one of my personal guns that I just got again for this review. Decided to bite the bullet. We kind of been trying to find the best one for the truck gun. This is it. I think this is it. Personally, I think this is it. This gun does not suck. Even though I can't give it a $5 because we've got others that are not 5s. It doesn't suck. There were some things that made it less exceptional just because of the competition that we've got and the grading scale that we have. But this gun did really, really well. Let's see how it totals. So 27 out of 35 is how we do with this gun. For everybody that's continued to watch these, pay attention to that number. That's a hard number. As much as I'm excited about this gun, I'm not excited about the score that I've had to have given it just because of how skewed this gradient scale is. It did really well, though. So if you guys want to check this gun out, come to the Waterloo range. You can shoot it. I'll have it here for a good while. Maybe it's my center console. Don't break into my truck. I don't keep guns in my truck, really. But it does fit. So if I need to go roadie or to that mall situation that we've been talking about, this one's there ready to go. Wonderful gun. I can't encourage you guys enough to shoot this thing. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you watching it all the way through. Come to the Waterloo range, check this gun out amongst many other things. Shoot at the indoor range. It never rains inside. If it does, we've got a serious problem. It never snows inside. Same deal. The air's on, the heat's on. You guys get it. It's comfy. It's nice. We're not even so bad when we're in here. Come check us out. Like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to try to make videos. Might go very poorly, but we're going to give it a shot. As I'm getting everything tore down here today, at the end of the CMMG video, I wanted to remind everybody, well, not even remind, I guess I've never mentioned it. This video has been sponsored by and brought to you by nobody. We don't have any sponsors. We can tell you whatever we want to tell you because, well, they won't pay us to tell you anything different. So I guess we can't worry about being bribed because our opinions don't matter. So from Hart Brothers in Waterloo, and I'm sure the guys in Mason City as well, have a great afternoon, great evening, great day, whatever you're doing. Make it awesome. Do you. Come see us in Waterloo. Come shoot our guns. Check out our range. Check out our firearm selection. Tell the guys they don't know what they're doing because, I don't know, they might not. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Like and subscribe. I'm going to get the lights. We're going to get the hell out of here.